guys, welcome back. In my last session, I ran into an issue with suspecting the machine. So what I did was uh, um, so in the what I want you guys to do is inside the Sysprep folder. So if you're going to, let's say, so if you guys are going to your Panthers folder, the Panther folder, there's a setup act and setup error. What I want you to do is open the setup error, which will open in setup error log. And then if you take a look at the top line, this will give us the error that was used to stop. This package will not function properly in this script image. So what I did was I opened the command prompt. So I opened command prompt on this machine, and I run the following command: get package app, and I'll send this over to you guys. It may be different. So again, it may be different. In my instance, this is Legion's platform runtime. I just removed that from all users, and then I reran Sysprep and then generalizing the phase Sysprep plugins. So Sysprep is working. Round of applause. Finally got that to run. Again, which was to happen once it's complete. We'll shut down the machine and give it 4 megabytes of RAM. So let's see for you guys to take a look at. There's also, if you do this, if you get a blank screen on the method, it's not valid, so it shouldn't miss how to do that after this is complete. So if you open up your setup log, error log file, and it's blank, show you guys how to fix that as well too. Again, the process is generalized. Sysprep plugins finally working. Again, it's all based on the error that we received. So it's the files are located in the Panther folder. Again, it could be different. It depends on the system. Profiles. export code. So that's the code. Codes. So the developer Windows 11 machine template is Sysprep. Created that with the template. It's just prep the machine. I shut down the machine, and now I can give the machine OMD. Okay. So notice it's that template machine, and we can go to job. So, okay, fine. Uh, I wanted to create a link clone for space, but yes, space. Right. So the link clone, again, if you're not out to basically have one space. That's the build and performance will not work on the machine. Machine. So typically in the same room, it's not dependent to the hardware machine, the workflow, but it's still used. So, looks like because that's it. Not that. Virtual machine. So I'm going to close this. Uh, save this in the yeah, make sure you have space. So space. So it does both. It always does both. So it looks like 200 GB is not enough for this one, but I did it. I can open it. Let's see. This. Uh, yeah, remember this developer machine minimum start off with 8. And, yeah, these guys subscribe, subscribe, WhatsApp channel, yeah, comments or questions if you find this. Send me a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp, and set to the group. It's open to all. Any questions or concerns, again, WhatsApp me the video you watched, what point in the video you watched, the issue that you wanted to solve. So the machine is loading up. We made some tweaks again to it. So I made some tweaks to this. gonna use that as storage for now. Then action it. I think we spoke about what MDMA means. Yeah, uh, how to bring this last yes, again, when you're choosing uh, just such as MDMA and when it comes to applications like with how automate Visual Studio and others, maybe decide to have. That's place. Place. Skip this. Swimming. Agreement. You can scroll down to one. Center. Center. Machine. Experience. earphones. Um, right now, in one. So we're going to physical laptops. Yeah, you want to nuisance. If you want to find compiler, Surface Pro, hey guys, welcome back. I may have cut the video off, but again, I'm just going to show you um, what's been happening. Um, so we are at the 27 mark. So the machine, welcome back. Sorry about that, guys. I think I didn't use the audio. I muted the audio. So you probably won't be able to hear me till about the 27 and a half mark. I'll make note of that again. My apologies on that.
But we were able to sysprep the machine. I showed you guys the log folder, which was very, very, very important. Um, show you how to read that. There's again, every log folder is different, so you might receive something different. There's different codes for that. You can either Google that or but it's similar to it. I'll post one or two to give you an example of some of the error codes that I've seen. If you if you don't have it, then again, Google it or Copilot or use ChatGPT if you want to figure that out. Um, there is no standard documentation that Microsoft has. They do have templates. If you're looking up the Sysprep, if we're talking about Sysprep, um, and we look at the different Sysprep components, um, again, here's the side here. You'll see the different components that are there, right? Right, and if we click on that, right, we should be able to see the different components that are there. Um, so there's different um, commands, right, for that. And as we're as hardware developers, um, so we'll have to do some research here in preparation for that, and take a look at the different um, command line options that are available for you to use. Let's see. Again, this is the support for server roles, right? The end of life for older versions. Let's see what else there is. So yeah, so there's some different. So we look for Sysprep um, app X package. See what happens. App X package. App X package commands. Should be able to find that. Yeah, there we go. So again, these are all the app packages that you're gonna use, and examples of it, right? So this is a good read. I'll give you guys a copy of that if you guys want to know how I got that, and I'll give you some examples. Okay, so here's my Windows 11 machine logged in, ready to go. Um, perfect. So if we're looking at the sysprep files, we're going to our C drive, and then we're going to go down to our Windows folder, and then our System 32 folder. Here's the System 32 folder, and then we're looking at our for a sysprep folder, right? And then inside the Panther folder, we have our setup error and setup act. So if we click on our setup act, you'll see that you don't have permission. Um, what I want you to do is hit OK, and then you'll see that it's blank, right? So if we right click on this, right, and we go to properties, right, and then we go to our securities tab, we need read permissions, right? So we have to click advanced. So we'll click advanced. And then to have read permissions to view these properties, we'd have to click continue, and that'll display the current owner. So once we hit continue, should be okay. And then we'll enable inheritance. So that'll allow the user logged in, the administrator to log in, or the currently logged in user to have those special permissions, and we'll enable that, right? So we've enabled that, and then we'll hit apply. right? And then yes, and then hit OK. So now we should be able to hit OK on that. Now we should be able to click on it, and then we should be able to open up the setup log, as you can see, and then locate any errors that were there functioning uh, or not functioning there. So we did find an error this morning at 9 o'clock. We found the widgets platform runtime. So that runtime is a package that was installed for the user, but not provisioned for all users. So we'll need to, this package won't function properly in the Sysprep image, and that's why we were getting that error. So we've removed that package. Um, let's see if we're going to make those 2, 3 changes that we stated after adding that secondary drive. Uh, and we'll, should be able to add it. So if we go here and we go to our this PC, you'll note that the second drive is not there yet. So we'll have to add that and show more options, and we'll manage that. And this should open up the computer management, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll go to the disk management, right? And I click settings. Oh, I didn't have the second drive. I thought I did. Okay, so this is hot swappable. No, it's not hot swappable, so we'll have to um, shut down the machine and add it again. Guess it didn't add, so we'll shut it down. We know that NVMEs are not hot swappable, so we're not able to add them. Obviously, you don't want to add them. That'll disrupt the metadata and binaries in that, so that'll kind of ruin the machine. So we'll edit the virtual machine files. Again, it doesn't matter if I give it 8 or 9 or 10, whatever you want. Again, it's up to you and your environment. So I'm going to add another hard disk, right? And I'm going to click next, and then next, and then create, and then give it 250. Next, next. So before cloning the machine, I want to use this. I need to utilize this disk so we can save the virtual machine files on that. And that's the reason why I'm creating this developer machine temporarily. So I'm going to temporarily save the files on this machine. This V our obviously our environment's going to have more, and it's going to be saved. Our configuration files will be saved in a different location. We're not saving the configuration files on um, the developer machine. I'm just showing you as an example. Okay, just make note of that. Typically, in a best practices, we'll save it in a remote location. Um, and in this case, I think we set up. Um, did we set up our shared folders? Yeah, we'll set up. We could set up our shared folders and then add the necessary shared folders. Right? We have our Z drive too. We can use our Z drive, so we can create something in here and call it virtual. See, it won't let me set up the. I have to create it in the local machine itself, the Windows 10 machine. So if we go back to our shared folders, right click, new, new folder. Yeah, see, it won't allow me to create it. That's fine. Not a problem at all. Again, you guys kind of get the gist of things. I'm not going to do that, but you guys understand how to do that. And make sure you map that. Okay, so it's all up to you. Best recommendation is for me, I'm going to create this just to show you the RAID configurations. RAID 0 we're going to do. RAID 1, it's up to you. And I'm going to use this secondary disk as a storage drive. And then I'm going to move my VM machines into this storage secondary drive. Okay. So that is, let's power this on. and then initialize the disk. Again, when in a Windows 10 or 11 machine, um, I want to make note of that as well too, so you guys understand. At least two hard drives for RAID 001 when utilizing multiple disks will enhance performance and redundancy. So that's what we're doing here. So we are now able to log in with our account. Doesn't matter what account it is. Remember, we're all going to have one administrator, and that administrator is going to be the one that will install the applications. Um, so be mindful on how you create your users. Again, these are all Active Directory users that we're going to use in our. So let's um, initialize the disk, and then we'll Sysprep the machine. If you have BitLocker enabled, make sure you disable it. And if you want to remove the network card, it's up to you. Again, it's up to you. Um, so you can go to right click and run. I'm going to type sysprep and hit enter. Okay. So again, Panther files will have the log files. I showed you how to open the files and read the files. And if it doesn't open, I showed you how to do that again. I'm going to run. We can go through this side here. We can go to this file here. And in the sysprep folder, we have our sysprep file. Um, oh no, we're going to disk. We're going to run disk management, and then we'll sysprep. So we added our secondary disk, and then yeah, that's going to be GPT, right? And we're going to create a new simple volume for that, and we're going to use the whole thing. I'm going to give that drive letter E, and we are going to call this. This is not a 32-bit or NTFS. So in a virtual environment, a laptop environment or a desktop environment, our the file system we use is NTFS. In VMware, you'll probably see that in other classes we'll talk about. In the VMware, we use something called VMFS, which is our virtual machine file system. So this one I'm going to call it storage, or virtual machine, virtual machines. So just call them virtual machines. Okay. Um, Back up. Enter. Doesn't matter what you call it. All right. So I've renamed it, and the disk is now online, right? And then open the files here, and we'll create it in our E drive. So the machine is on. I should now be able to we'll sysprep it again. Right, same thing, generalize, shut down, then hit OK. We don't find it. So there is an error. We'll have to read the log again to show you. And it looks like the error is we are, let's go all the way to the bottom here. Got it. Got it. So So it looks like the widgets platform runtime error, and we have the um, code here, right? And we'll open up PowerShell. PowerShell as administrator, right? Gonna run PowerShell as administrator. Hit yes. I'm gonna close Power Automate, and then I'm gonna paste the line of code. Hit enter, and it should be good to go. So again, I'll share that with you guys. Again, it could be different based on the log, so make sure that you read the log. Log is important. Okay, so it looks like it's finished. We'll close that, and we will go ahead and close this management. We don't need that anymore. We'll close the log. We'll close this. We'll close this. We don't need this. Unpin that. I don't need that. Actually, yeah, we can keep Outlook. Let's see you again. With our again, this is all done on either through autopilot or you know, you're creating that. So we don't need this right now. Actually, this is the old one, so we don't need that. We'll disable that. I think this too we don't need. I'm mistaken. Don't need this stuff. Taskbar settings. But again, you guys get the drift. You guys can make the modifications based on however you want. I just gave you a few just to try it out. I installed a couple of applications. We're now going to run the Sysprep for the last time and run it as admin and generalize and shut down. And then we have the space now, which is perfect. How much space do we have actually? Let's check. That's fine. We'll check after. And then those, I'll move that to the virtual machine folder after, or copy it as a backup so that we have a backup. Again, uh, you're going to have more space. You're going to invest in more space. And again, I showed you guys how to, you know, uh, share folders because that was part of the option. And we're going to save that in a shared folder location where there's tons of space. Um, I just gave it a secondary drive. It is useful for installing applications because you want your first disk to be your operating system and your second disk to be like your repository where you can install other applications and whatnot that you need. And then you can remote into your servers with your RDP sessions if you want. Um, you also have your cloud apps, which is like your Power Automate, your Visual Studio. Again, you can sign into those however you like. Typically, in a large environment, we use an application called SCCM, old now called MECM, which is Endpoint Configuration Manager. We'll have a client installed in this machine, and with Software Center, and then that's where I can throw the packages in here. Um, but again, in this one, it's a little bit different. We're just creating templates for this quick machine with a golden image, and we're deploying them virtually to a group of users or departments. So in this case, we're creating a template machine for the developer such as myself in this instance, and preparing that for that, ready to go. Again, you can always add GitHub. GitHub is an awesome Maven There's Node.js. It depends on the environment and what they're using it for. SQL if they want to install SQL. I didn't show you how to do all that stuff, but again, you guys know as developers, I'm sure they we can ship those down and create those packages as needed. Um, but in this video, it's all about sysprep. So we're sysprepping the machine. So this is processes generalizing the phase sysprep plugins. And once that's done, it'll reboot the machine or shut down the machine. And then that's where we're going to go ahead and decrease the RAM till its lowest capacity, which is 4 MB. And it'll be shut down forever. And then we can create clones for that and then ship them off to different developers that join in or application specialists that join in. Again, you can create templates for any department that you want. Go ahead and try that on your own time. Share your results. Join the WhatsApp group if you guys want to. And if you have any questions or comments, you know, apply those to the WhatsApp group. Tell me your name, who you are, what video you watched, and the issue that you're running into. Again, we're nearing our 1 hour mark. Hopefully, we'll finish this one here and we'll move on to the next topic. So reach out for tomorrow for the next topic. Where we'll talk about um, how to set up a Windows 11 Hyper-V machine, virtual machine, a Windows 11 virtual machine in Hyper-V. Again, if you guys choose the Oracle VirtualBox Manager to do this or Azure, again, follow the instructions on the videos and share your results. They should work similar. So this is now shutting down our machine with the correct settings and modified settings that we made. So again, go with one disk, right? That's 500. Again, this is optional. This was for storage. This is storage optional for storage. Storage, if you don't have enough. Okay. You can do the following. All right. And we will add a second hard disk for a total of 2 NVMe's, or say that's up to you again, but recommended. NVMe is recommended in this instance. Okay, so we gave a character. We are now going to, again, Sysprep just creates clones with unique SIDs, and those are security identifiers. We're going to shut those down permanently. Those are ready to go with all the modifications and the character that we gave. Remember, let's give it character. This is all done. These are optional tests methods that we tested with all the applications that were installed. So we're now in the step where we're going to change the VRAM to 4 MB. So this machine is now going to be powered off completely. So I'm going to go back to the settings and I'm going to move the slider down to 4 MB and then hit OK. Okay, so this is now a template machine ready to go for Windows 11. I'm going to right click and I'll show you guys how to quickly clone. So right click, manage and clone. We're going to click next, right? We're going to use the current state or snapshot, but we're going to use the current state in this issue, in this instance. Because it's an encrypted virtual machine, we can't link it. It would have been the best option for Windows 10, for Windows 7 and other machines. But again, we're going to create a full clone. which is fully independent. Again, it does require more disk space to store, but just make sure that you guys are aware of that. We're gonna leave the name as is and name it however we want. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna call it clone for that purpose, and I'm going to this PC, and hopefully we will find. Um, so let's go to this PC. It looks like it didn't read the disk. So what we'll do is we'll just call it E. We'll name this E. We'll call it the same thing. We'll just call it E and see what happens. Finish. Okay, so it does not want me to choose that. Um, so I'll just choose the applications folder, create a new folder, and I'll call it clone for now. Windows 11 dev, and then select that folder, and then hit OK, and then finish. We should have enough space in there. And then I'll move that folder, I'll copy that folder to our E drive. That's fine. So again, um, we have a secondary disk. Again, it was an option. It's there for you, but we can use that for a repository, for app installs, or whatever you want, so that we're not disrupting the 200 GB for the OS. So I'm going to move all the VMs out of there and move it to the hard disk and create a copy for that. And then I'm going to also copy it into our Z drive. So it should now clone. We'll wait while it clones, and I will be right back.
takes a little bit of time, as you can see. Again, the bigger the file, more application installed. Where it takes to clone it. Again, you should always, just testing the environment again. And it has the virtual machine files inside of it that we're saving. So, and it goes through grow. So that might just take a lot of time. Um, I just wait, and I'll be right back. Stop sharing for a second, and I'm gonna put you guys on mute. Then I'll be right back until it's done cloning.
Again, guys, I'll be right back. And just waiting for it to finish cloning. I'll let you guys know when it's done. Um, back when that's done. Right. Okay, so the clone is complete, guys, as you can see. Now close the virtual machine, and we will wait for that to go on, and then we will give the cloned machine, say 8 for now, just to test it. We'll test that out and hit OK, and then turn it on. So we should now be able to turn it on, and this will bring us to the OOB um, out of the box experience where we can input all the information that we need. Okay. That's okay. Um, and this will boot up. Clone will now boot up, and this will have all the information that's required in order to duplicate that Windows 11 machine. And there you have it, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining this session. Hope this session was informative. It was a little long than I expected, but again, that's the beauty of troubleshooting. And free, no unedited scripting here. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me on WhatsApp or send me a message, and hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks again, and all right. Just gonna share that again. Again, so I started up the clone. Sorry, I didn't share it at the time. I started up the clone here. I just want to thank you guys again for joining. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email or add me to the WhatsApp group. And again, state your name, question, who you are, and what video you're watching and what point you are watching. That way we can work on this together. If you have any questions or concerns, again, call me. Thanks again for joining. And let's build character together on our next video, where we're going to be installing a Windows 11 virtual machine on a Hyper-V manager. Thanks again, guys. Have a good day.